Alright, hello everyone. This is the very first time Mr. Ballings streaming on Twitch here. So, let's see, I suppose we'll give it a shot. Alright. Well, Mr. Balling is a arcade game, a retro-inspired mobile arcade game, and I guess let's go ahead and get started. See if anyone joins us here. Yeah. So we're Mr. Balling, the blue guy there, just bouncing around. When he lands on a ball, he orbits the ball until you tap the screen to fly off. And the whole purpose of the game is to, as you can see, avoid those red balls, because that'll kill you. And then you just want to stay alive, bouncing sort of in the middle of the screen, bouncing from ball to ball. So let's give it another shot. Alright, there's a few different strategies we can do here. We can just sort of try and bounce from ball to ball, or we can shoot across several balls. And then when red balls arise, obviously you got to do a little bit more to avoid them. And you can see if we hit the left and right sides too much, so it goes from yellow to orange to red. Once it's red, we'll die if we hit it. And we can see we sort of lost control, and we just died. We had no form of control. The only way you can control Mr. Balling is to be on another ball and shoot off tangentially. So let's go ahead and try again. And it's a really simple game, kind of retro inspired. So we want to just sort of stay alive, avoid the left and right side if we can, and avoid the red balls. And we want to sort of shoot from ball to ball, just to stay in the middle of the screen. We can bounce off the top and bottom. If we hit the red balls, we'll die. Well, let's see, I got myself in a little bit of a pickle here. Oh. And then we hit a red ball and we die. But it's no problem. We can always just start over. One thing that I sort of added that I kind of like here is every time you die, there's a certain % chance that a different message will pop up. Trying to give you a little bit of encouragement to play again. I can see it gets a little harder here when we got several red balls at a time. When it's at slower speed, not so much, but as the game progresses, it speeds up a bit. And you can see you want to try and aim well, so because once you let go, you lose your control of Mr. Balling, and you're dependent on landing on another ball to maintain control. Oh. So the left and right sides, if we hit them too many times, we go from yellow to orange to red. Let's see, we're getting a bit higher. It's getting faster. Oh, got lucky there. We hit a ball right at the last second. Oh, not very good aim there. Well, it's the highest score we've gotten so far in the stream. That's the great thing about it. We just go ahead and start again. You can see we got the high scores over here. So we got 1700 on our last score, but we got a ways to go to beat the high scores here. So let's see if we can do a high score run coming up here. Now there's about I think I did about a 14% chance of a red ball popping up each time. So pretty low chance, but when you get up to the higher speeds, it really counts. And if you get one red ball or two red balls in a row, sometimes it can throw you off enough that you run into them, or you make a bad decision about where you're shooting. So I think the ideal is just sort of bouncing from ball to ball here, going to subsequent balls. Because your accuracy drops a little bit when you're shooting several balls away. Oh, go ahead and hit a miss like that and go straight into the red ball. So in addition to the high score competition, there's also a low score competition. You can see if you just stayed on the ball and ran into the wall, you'd die. But I also track low scores, just in case we get a sort of a low score, high score board. It's kind of fun to see the different low scores that you can achieve if you happen to get a red ball right away and then jump straight into it. I think the lowest I've gotten is maybe somewhere in the 130 range. Oh, did a bit of a miss there, but got lucky. Alright, so our highest score we've gotten on this stream so far is 1744, so let's see if we can beat that. We beat our previous high score, but still not enough to make it on the high scoreboard. Well, I guess there's nothing to do but try again. So, Mr. Ballings, it's an indie game, retro inspired, kind of like a throwback to some of the arcade classics. It's available on both Android and iOS. And that was just poor reaction time there. I think it starts to get really exciting once the speed gets up there, and you sort of have the opportunity to just go from ball to ball. Getting a little too distracted and just jumping into those red balls. Alright, so the highest score we've gotten so far on this stream is 1960. I think we got to beat that this time, so let's go ahead and see if we can get up there. Maybe with any luck, we'll get on the high scoreboard. Oh, Actually, before we do that, I'll just go ahead and run into the wall here so we die. We can also change our name just by clicking up in this this text field up here. And so on a mobile phone, your keyboard will pop up, but we can change this to whatever we want. So maybe we'll just change the name for right now. And if we get on the high score list, our name will show up as what we typed in there. So. And then also on the website, the top 100 scores are tracked. So even if we break into the top 100, we can see our name up there, how we compare to some of the other people that are playing the game. So I'm going to try and avoid being distracted here. Uh-oh. It's probably a bad hit. Well, at least I made it onto a ball before I hit the wall. Alright, so let's just take this easy. Jump in from up. Made a bad decision there. Okay. Alright, it won't cost us anymore. So we gotta thread the needle here up. See, it's tough when you get 3 red balls in a row. Alright, this time is the high score run. Let's give it a shot. Getting a little close to that red ball there. Alright, so we're on a high score run here. I got a really good feeling about this. But even if we don't make it this time, oh, we got pretty close. We got a little too close to that red ball. So we got, for those of you just joining, we're playing Mr. Balling here. It's a retro-inspired arcade game on both Android and iOS. You can see we're getting a little close there, flirting with those red balls. Oh, poor decision making. That's alright. We'll just play again. I think this time I've got a really good feeling that it's going to be the high score run. Got quite a few red balls showing up here. But maybe the odds are in our favor. Got a bunch of red balls at the beginning where it's easier, and then that was just stupid on my part. Alright, even Mr. Balling makes mistakes. But we do have a couple bonus modes, sort of Easter eggs that are hidden in the game. Modes that go faster, modes that go slower, modes with different power-ups and stuff. Maybe after this one we'll play one of the bonus modes. We're starting to get up there, so maybe we say this one's going to be the high score run. played. Different. So in some of the Easter eggs to get into the high score or the alternative modes of gameplay, you got to sort of come up with a different name, and if that name contains the secret key, then you enter that special gameplay mode. So let's just put yeah, that looks like a fun name. Okay, so in this gameplay mode, instead of the red balls, now we've got sort of the animated sprites of our villain, Mr. Ballings' arch nemesis. So the gameplay isn't any different, but it's got the added animation of Mr. Bad, the arch nemesis of Mr. Balling. Oh. Mr. Bad got us. I almost feel like even though it's not supposed to be any more challenging, it becomes a little bit more challenging just because it's easier to get distracted with the nemesis animation. Well, folks, I think I'm going to say that this is our sort of final shot at a high score run. This was to sort of test out streaming on Twitch for the first time and seeing how it goes. Oh, I thought we almost did it. Well, that does it. Alright. Well, I guess this has been the very first stream of Mr. Balling on Twitch, and yeah, I think we'll probably do it again. Mr. Balling enjoys any sort of game, so maybe we'll play some other games on here. But I hope you guys enjoy Mr. Balling, and please, if you get a chance, download it on Android or iOS. Have a good day. Bye.